coffee got me in my groove. This my daily move, yeah, I got something to prove. Charts and coffee got me feeling smooth. This my daily truth, yeah, I know just what to do. Fuck the FOMO trading, that ain't how I roll. Take my time analyzing, that's how I get gold. Coffee getting cold, but I'm locked right in. Watching patterns form, know just where to begin. This ain't rocket science, just my daily grind. Same shit, different day, but I'm doing fine. Got my setup perfect, got my mind just right. About to make these moves, gonna do this shit all night. Sipping and trading, trading and sipping. Got my momentum, ain't no way I'm slipping. Yeah. Numbers and patterns, patterns and flows. This is my rhythm, everybody knows. Charts and coffee got me in my groove. This my daily move, yeah, I got something to prove. Charts and coffee got me feeling smooth. This my daily truth, yeah, I know just what to do. Making money moves, daily this shit feels like home. I can get cold, but I'm still in the zone. Making money move, yeah, this shit feels like home. Fuck sleep, I got my morning mapped, while these other bitches still trapped in the naps. Quiet house, screens lit up bright, my setup perfect, everything's right. First sip hits, mind gets clear, another day to fucking dominate here. Watch the numbers dance and slide, while my coffee keeps me certified. Charts and coffee started right, yeah. Focus tight, mind in flight, mind in flight. Charts and coffee make it flow, yeah. That's the rhythm that I know. Second cup, now I'm in the zone. All these patterns speaking in code. They don't know about this morning grind, being sharp when others fall behind. Fuck that FOMO, I stay composed. Years of practice, that's how it goes. Every move calculated clean, this ain't luck, you know what I mean. Early bird gets the fucking win, that's why I'm here where I've always been. Discipline hits different when it's dark, that's what sets the real one me. Early bird gets the fucking win, that's why I'm here where I've always been. Discipline hits different when it's dark, that's what sets the real ones apart. Their cup's cold, but I don't care. These indicators showing me where to place it perfect, time is sweet, while amateurs still catch disease. This game ain't for the weak or slow, gotta be ready when it's time to go. Morning ritual got me trained, others sleep while I maintain. Charts and coffee one more time, yeah. This rhythm's yours and this rhythm's mine, this rhythm's mine. Early hours hit me with a different kind of peace. While the world's still quiet, I find my release. Just me and these numbers dancing slow, building patterns in my mind as I go. Something special about this morning and way before the day is time to care. And I keep asking myself as the minutes tick by, and I keep wondering why every morning feels so right. What's brewing in my coffee or my mind? What's brewing, leaving yesterday behind? What's brewing in this cup of time? What's brewing as these thoughts align? You asked me once why I rise before the sun. Said I'm chasing something that can't be outrun. It's not about the money or the gain, it's about finding clarity when things ain't the same. Each morning ritual brings me closer to truth. Like watching steam rise, I'm finding proof that patience builds more than just a perfect cup. It's teaching me when to hold, when to give up. As the minutes tick by, every morning feels so right. What's brewing in my coffee or my mind? What's brewing, leaving yesterday behind? What's brewing in this cup of time? What's brewing if these thoughts align? Sometimes I wish you could see this morning meditation with me, where everything makes sense before the world gets intense. What's brewing, leaving yesterday behind? What's brewing in this cup of time? What's brewing as these thoughts align? What's brewing me? Catching pattern. While the world's still asleep. First light hits my screen, I'm in my element. Fresh brew by my side, mind is confident. Reading these patterns like sheet music, feel the flow. Each candlestick painting stories as they go. Morning meditation with my market view. Catching waves of data, riding them with you. Some see just numbers, I hear the melody. Each trend line speaking rhythmically to me. Time signatures changing, support levels hold. Breaking down resistance as the day unfolds. Charts and coffee, that's my harmony. Finding rhythms where others just see. Random moves and noise, but baby, can't you see? These patterns move like jazz, just trust in me. Moving like jazz, just trust in me. Second cup hitting different minds, eye clear. Watch these price points dance, appear and reappear like a jazz musician. Reading between the lines, finding sweet spots where opportunity shines. Keep it cool and steady, no need to rush. Let the market breathe, feel that morning hush. Been studying patterns since you've been sleeping. Watching lines form art while knowledge I'm reaping. Strategy tight like a bebop groove. Calculated steps on when to make my move. Speed picks up, more intense delivery.
quick shifts coming, tempo changing fast. Gotta stay composed, make these moments last. Reading signals, catching every beat. Market symphony playing just for me. Mind state elevated, focus clean. This ain't just trading, this is art you're seeing. Charts and coffee, yeah, that's my harmony. Finding rhythms where others just see. Random moves and noise, but baby, can't you see? These patterns move like jazz, just trust in me. Moving like jazz, just trust in me. Want a ritual complete. Left my mark on these streets of green and red, but the rhythm stays in my head.
Morning comes, I think of you first. Chart lines dance while my coffee bursts. Been at this game since day one, teaching me patience like you always done. Charts and coffee, that's our way, that's how we start the day. Got my screens lit, what you gonna say? Watch how the patterns play. Numbers flow like the brew in my cup. Some days down, but we keep looking up. You showed me how to read these signs. Now every morning feels like yours and mine. Remember what you taught me about staying cool. When markets get wild, I follow your rules. Charts and coffee, that's our way. That's how we start the day. Got my screens lit, what you gonna say? Watch how the patterns play. Just you, me, these morning routines. Building something real, building something real. Hold on me. I watch you rushing in the morning, trying to catch every move. But let me share something with you that'll help improve your groove. See, you're like fresh beans waiting to release what's locked inside. But patience makes the difference between success and a wild ride. Take it slow, watch it form, just like steam rising up warm. Let it brew, just like your morning cup. Just like your morning cup. Take your time, watch it flow, don't rush to drink it up. Don't rush to drink it up. Wisdom comes in drops, like coffee through the filter, finding patience at the top. You check your screens at sunrise, numbers dancing everywhere. But trading's like my coffee method, it needs time and tender care. Temperature's important, just like timing in the trade. Too hot and you'll get burned quick, too cold opportunities fade. Take it slow, watch it form. Just like steam rising up warm. Let it brew, just like your morning cup. Just like your morning cup. Take your time, watch it flow, don't rush to drink it up. Don't rush to drink it up. Wisdom comes in drops, like coffee through the filter, finding patience at the top. I've seen too many burn out, trying to catch every wave. But the ones who last the longest know just when to stay away. So here's my morning lesson as I pour this cup for you. The market gives its gifts to those who know just what to do. Like coffee needs its moments for the flavors to extract. Your trays need proper timing before you plan to act. Let it brew, just like your morning cup. Just like your morning cup. Take your time, watch it flow, don't rush to drink it up. Don't rush to drink it up. Wisdom comes in drops, like coffee through the filter, finding patience at the top. Just up before the rest of the block now. Just me and my laptop. Tick tock, haven't even brushed my teeth yet. But these charts ain't gonna read themselves, I bet. Watch the steam rise, study every line. Same way I read these charts all the time. Coffee in my system, mind getting clear. That's how we make these moves round here. That's how we do. Red candles flash on my screen while I'm sipping something mean. Used to play it fast and lose, now wait for confirmation, that's the truth. Got a system, got a plan, we're trading like a rookie, understand. Numbers dancing, let's stay cool, cause panic selling's for a fool. Some days green, some days red, gotta keep a level head. Deep breath in, let it flow. This ain't no casino, yo. This is just not checkers, fam. Gotta think before you slam. Markets opening in 5. Feel my focus come alive. Charts tell stories if you know how to read between the highs and lows. Been at this since way back when. Now I'm teaching you, my friend. This ain't luck, this ain't chance. This is morning market dance. Watch the steam rise, study every line. Every single morning, we do this right. Coffee in my system, mind getting clear. It's the only way we move from here.
All right, welcome back everybody to week 24, at least I believe it's week 24. I get those mixed up every once in a while, but this week we are going over reward the process, not the outcome, okay? So we've talked about this a little bit earlier today in the live trading session, but what does that mean, right? So rewarding the process, not the outcome, right? So this really just boils down to one key concept, and that is that if we're constantly focused on, what the outcome is, which is making money, that we're not going to be able to fight those internal gremlins that we talked about last week, which are constantly telling us that we need to risk more, or that we need to trade more, that we need to win more, because those are the things that seem like they're getting us closer to our final outcome of making a bunch of money. But in reality, it's not allowing ourselves to build the healthy habits and the healthy discipline that truly gets us to that end goal. So, a little intro for you guys. Now, before I move into that next slide, I want to go over that quote that I've got listed there. I'm going to go ahead and read that for everybody. It's, if your goal is to trade like a professional and be a consistent winner, then you must start from the premise that the solutions are in your mind and not the market. Now, again, that's by Mark Douglas. I love Mark Douglas. I really only reference him, which, I should probably broaden my vocabulary as far as trading authors go. But for today, let's talk about that for a second. Again, a lot of people, they enter the market, they enter trading, and they think, wow, I'm going to get into this and I'm going to focus on this. And they think that there's some hidden rules or strategy that's within the confines of the market, and that's why they're not making money, is they haven't unlocked the key to the market. But that's not real, everybody. And I hope, everybody listening that's been here for these, lessons before, they understand that that's not the reality behind it. But the truth is, it's locked inside your mind. It's locked inside those good habits that we have yet to build, or that we're in the process of building. So on that note, let's get first into it. Our values, why performance, meaning wins and losses, based rewards fail, right? So why performance-based rewards fail? The first one I have, wins and losses are inconsistent, right? So that one's pretty simple, right? Just to kind of get us into the mood of today, they are not consistent. So if we are basing our good days on whether we win and our bad days on whether we lose, that's going to lead to us wanting to do inconsistent judgment calls that make it seem like we're getting closer to that end goal. So just to give a quick example, let's say you enter the market, right, and you place a trade. If you follow your rules, that would be an example of you should reward behavior like that. That's what builds those good habits. But let's say you don't follow your rules and we win the trade anyways. Do you really think that we should go ahead and reward that behavior? No. But it's hard not to, because in the back of your mind, you're thinking, wow, I made money. So even if you don't, go out and buy ice cream, something physical, a physical reward, in the back of your head, you're going to be thinking, well, I made money, so today's a good day. That is only reinforcing the negative habits of not having a consistent strategy. So be very, very careful. Oh, sorry about that. My PC sent something. Be very, very careful about letting yourself indulge in, winners that have nothing to do with our rules. Now, the second thing is rewarding wins can subconsciously reinforce bad habits, right? Again, I already went over that pretty much in the, what I was talking about with things being inconsistent, but it's true, because if we only reward wins, then how are we going to be able to accept losses, right? So a huge part of trading is accepting that we will lose sometimes, right? If you guys aren't willing to go, great lengths of time, or even, a week, or maybe a couple days without getting a trade, right? You have to trade every day. Then you're gonna incur a decent amount of losing days. And if we only reward the good days, aka our quote unquote good days, aka the winning days, then those bad days are gonna feel that much worse, because not only are you feeling like you didn't make money and you have a setback, but subconsciously you're thinking, wow, I lost today, so that means I did bad. And now you're going to go into it thinking you need to change something because you don't want to do bad. Nobody wants to do bad, especially not in something like this. And then lastly, losing days can still be good. By that, I mean that if you followed your rules and lost, that is still a good day. We're going to talk about journaling here in just a second, but following those rules are so crucial that it's the only way that you're going to be able to leverage your mind into believing that losing days are a stepping stone into getting to more and more winning days. We talked about that briefly this morning, and that's how I deal with losses, is I understand the length of time that has to incur, right? So if I'm trading and I win 60% of the time, I know that there's a pretty big gap of my total trades that are going to be losers. So if I take a week worth of losses, I'm not thinking to myself, wow, I took a week worth of losses, I really need to scale down, or I really need to, change what I'm doing. I'm thinking, cool, I know what to expect in coming into the next few weeks. It might not be the next week, might not be the next 2 weeks, but the next following, 3-4 weeks, that it's going to be an upward curve, that I'm going to come out of these losses with even more gains because my R to R is greater than 1-to-1 and I have a positive win rate. Now, moving on, process-based reward system. Okay, so focus on what you can control. I'm going to go through these quickly. First is focus on what you can control, rewarding following rules, not your P&L, use a checklist, and journal success. So we already talked about those top two, so I'm going to move straight into the bottom two, and that first one is use a checklist. So when I say that, I specifically mean have your rules, right? We've talked about this a million times. I'm not going to go into it. Have your rules written down. Cool, we understand it. But on top of that, maybe have a few other things, such as wake up 30 minutes before market open, right? Maybe an hour, whatever it may be. Make a cup of coffee, have breakfast. Any of these things, they're optional, but have something outside of just sit at your computer and follow your rules, and use that as a mental or physical checklist that you go down every day so that you go into the market feeling like you've already succeeded, right? We've done things preemptive to the market opening, aka a pre-market, routine, and we feel like we've succeeded for the day and we're in a good headspace that we can place our trades. That way, if we follow our rules and we lose, we don't have that much of a drawdown mentally that we have to sit with and go, oh, I should change this. Oh, I should do something different because we hurt from the loss. But rather, we feel good from following our rules. And then that ties into that is journaling success, right? I told you guys we were going to talk about journaling a little. Every day, I believe everybody in here should have, whether it be physical or online, like I personally use Discord. I have a private Discord server. It's just me. I've got, I don't even know how many channels and hundreds of thousands of notes that I've gone through, and just personal, whether it be from books or journals or, just little quotes that I have saved from different authors that I've read from, whatever it may be. Have something that you can go back to and read through every day and journal what you did that day. Whether it be, hey, today I woke up 30 minutes before the market opened. I got my cup of coffee. I sat down. I made sure all my accounts were on. I made sure that my hotkeys were active. When the market opened, I was focused. I wasn't letting my focus go anywhere but the charts. And then I took my trade. I followed my rules, and that was it. That was my day. I don't journal whether I win or lose. I don't journal any of those things. I have separate spreadsheets for those that are important, but they're not based in emotion. Those are purely for data. So I know, hey, I've been doing this and it's not working on the data side of things. But as far as mental goes, I don't journal whether I win or lose. I journal whether I followed my rules, okay? Keep those separate. And then finally, this is a little bit of a, action plan for everybody to make sure that we're always taking action and things like this, because, we talk a lot about the importance of consistency, the importance of following your rules, the importance of staying disciplined, yada, 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 like all these, hot words that everybody likes to throw around. But at the end of the day, it doesn't help anybody if we're not making a detailed plan to take action and really follow through with the things that we talk about, right? If we're constantly going day in and day out and just saying, oh, yes, I understand. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. But we never take the proper steps to actually do it, then what good is it? We're all just kind of wasting our time here, right? We join the morning chats. We join the morning live trades. We talk about wanting to make all this money. But if we're not doing anything to change the way we trade, you are wasting your time. It's not going to change. You are doing nothing to make it better, and that's only going to lead you into the same thing that you're already doing, which is losing. We don't want to be losers. So starting with Q, this is something that's talked about in a book, Atomic Habits. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Hopefully you've read it. And it's having something that is, whether it be the best would be a physical cue, but something that initiates you to get into the market with a good mindset. Personally, a cue I use is what we already talked about, and that's that morning routine. So it doesn't have to be like, some snap of the fingers cue. I mean, something that you do before the action that we're talking about that gets you in the mindset of consistency, which for this would be making your bed, having coffee, having breakfast, yada, any of those things, getting your account set up, making sure your hotkeys are ready. These are mental and physical cues that allow you to repeat the same thing every day, that when you go to trade, it's going to make it that much easier. And then following from cue is action. So taking action, doing the morning routine, but then when you go to trade every day, you are actively following the rules and everything within them. That includes risk, that includes the TA, that includes the PA, whatever it has to be, or not PA, but FA, fundamental analysis, whatever it means to you to take action in your trading plan, you do so every single day. And then reward, right? So we talked about rewards today and, rewarding the process, not the outcome. And this is just that. It's talking about being able to, once the day is over and you followed your rules, you did your morning routine, you did everything you're supposed to, that you end the day in some sort of, I guess, happy. That's the best way to put it, right? It doesn't have to be something monetary. Maybe that day, you go out and you go skate. I don't know what your guys' hobbies are. I know what mine are. So if I feel like, I did very well today, whether, it be that I struggled with something that I consistently am getting over, I'll set aside a time for me to go do something that I enjoy. Whether that be buying coffee, I guess Starbucks coffee. I don't do that too often. Or going out and skate, something that doesn't cost me any money, right? Whether it be just, to go ride the dirt bike, something like this. But at the same time, if I don't follow my rules, I am very, very strict to not allow myself to do these things, which again, it might sound crazy, but that's going to reinforce the habit of, hey, I didn't do what I was supposed to, so I'm not going to allow myself to enjoy the things that come outside of work, because that's what this is. This is work. If we enjoy stuff, regardless of how we do when we're working, it's only going to reinforce those negative habits, which, talking about reinforcement, number 4, reinforce. This is that journaling aspect. This is the tracking of everything, making sure that if it's win-loss, correlated, that is data. That is not emotional. That's data. That needs to be in a separate spreadsheet that you track with no emotion. It is literally what you made that day, what you lost that day, what you should have made, what you should have lost. It has nothing to do with whether you followed your rules or not. That is data. And then on a separate, journal or spreadsheet, whatever it needs to be, write down how you did that day emotionally, how you did following your rules, right? Were you disciplined? Did you do what you're supposed to before the market, right? If so, did you reward yourself afterwards? Okay, guys, so this is a reinforcement loop that everybody, again, I can't express enough, you have to take action on these things. I love that you guys join these live streams. I love that everybody enjoys the messages that I put out and that, we're all learning together. But at the end of the day, it doesn't help anybody if you're not taking it seriously and trying to put some action behind it. If you're constantly thinking, okay, here's another lesson, whatever, let's listen to it. Oh, I like that idea. Let me try to apply that to my trading. There's not much going on there. If you're taking one aspect of, what I'm talking about and just try to apply it, it's not serious. We're not really taking this seriously. I mean, we talk about 98% of traders lose. Do you know how many traders there are? Like, that's, it's a good and bad thing. If there's that many traders, it means that it's possible, right? It's not like it's 0.1% of traders make it. But at the same time, that means there's a lot of people who aren't taking it seriously or are kind of taking it seriously, and they're not getting anywhere close to having these consistent rewards, right? We have to be able to look at these feedback loops, and maybe you need to modify it a little bit. Maybe this doesn't work for you in, the 4-step plan, add, take away, whatever it is, but take it seriously. Okay, guys, so I'm going to pause there for a second. Reality, do we have anything over in those chats?
Does anybody have any questions, guys? YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Rumble? Had some stuff on Discord, but I'm sure you're seeing that.
I do. Yep, there we go. Just a few welcome messages. Data charts take emotion out. Yeah, Crown. I mean, again, it's, you don't want to confuse data with emotion, right? So, what I mean by reward the process, not the outcome, along with what I've already said, it's, if you have those separate charts, it's going to make it that much easier for you guys to say, hey, okay, cool, I made some money today. It's good that I tracked this, right? But if you didn't follow your rules, you have to log that into a separate one. Dirt bike associated reward. That's, I mean, when I say something like that, like, that's just my hobby, not dirty bike, dirt bike, like motorcycle.
Dirty bike.
I don't know if that was a typo or yeah, I'm seeing. No, but I mean, yeah, it's important that we separate life and work, and understand that. Yeah, understand that trading, as much as it is fun, right? Hopefully, it's fun for you guys that we get to show up every morning and have some fun, talk with everybody, and look at the charts as a group. It is a job, and if we want to make it our full-time job, we have to take it that much more serious. And by taking it serious, sometimes that requires making the harsh decisions that a boss would. And if you go to work a regular job and you don't do what you're supposed to, you're going to get reprimanded, right? Maybe you're not going to get. I mean, I can't say you're not going to get paid as much. That's that's not how the real world works. But in some form of a I guess condemnment, you're not going to be able to do what you're doing every single day, meaning not doing your job, right? Same in trading, guys. If we show up and we act like a professional and we want to be a consistent winner, we have to understand that it starts in our mind. Crown says the reprimand should be associated with the loss and the break of the rules. Then it should only be associated with the break of the rules, not a loss. Loss, if you follow your rules and you take a loss, there's no condemnment on that. That is still a good thing, because losses are short term.
In my opinion, it's still a win. If you follow your rules, and I try to say this on the stream all the time, guys, for you guys that are always there. If you follow your rules, you won. It's got nothing to do with red or green on your P&L. If you follow your rules, it's a win, regardless, right? If you don't follow your rules, it's a loss, regardless. Green or red on the P&L, right? And a win, as you want to say, a green on your P&L from not following your rules, just like Landon said 100 times, is creating bad habits. So let's just say that you took a bad entry against your rules. You make $500. What do you think that's going to cost in the future? I promise you, by following that exact same thing, because you let your mind believe that, this dopamine comes in, that you won that way. Now you've created a bad habit and you'll probably lose $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, who knows, before you finally get rid of that bad habit that you just created by not following your rules.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, guys. And we've talked before about the problems and the issues that come with the idea of funded accounts as a whole, like what they preach, what they try to get traders into the idea of, and real trading, not real trading, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of you guys got to understand that when we talk about these big winning days, whether it be $1,000, $500, whatever is big for you, right? A day is just a day. That's all it is. It's 24 hours. In the market, it's probably less than 6 hours. So cool, you made your $500. That's not enough to live on. I mean, we're not talking $30,000 in one day, but how much capital do you need to make $30,000 in one day? If you make 30 grand in one day, cool. Can you do that again and then not lose? It's like there are so many different variables that you're not considering when we talk about, oh man, I'm chasing this big winner. I'm chasing this one big winner. That if you really break it down and we take it serious and we look at it from what it is, we look at it from a reinforcement loop type point of perspective, that's when we start to realize, oh, hey, maybe $500 in a single day isn't the goal, right? Maybe it's, hey, what's my back tested outcome? Okay, on average, I can make 5 hours a month, right? Over a year. You back test it, you look at a year and you go, here are my rules. Over a year, I can do 5 hours a month. Okay, well, if I know that's the average and that some months I'm going to be break even, some months I'm going to make 10 hours, and some months I'm going to lose 1 hour, and some months I'm going to make 15 hours, but at the end of the day, at the average is 5 hours, that if I just follow my rules and I risk $100 a trade, well, now it's $500 a month. Okay, cool, I can start with 500. Okay, well, what if I buy 2 more accounts? All right, well, now it's $1,500 a month. And I live on $1,500. Maybe not. That's cutting it kind of close. What if I don't follow my rules? And then you add in commission. You go, okay, well, after commission, it's a little bit less. Like, these are the variables that I think a lot of you guys are not taking into consideration. It's the reality of what trading is, and trading as a professional looks like, that when you break it down, you realize, wow, this is a lot more complicated than I thought. And it's not just placing buy orders and sell orders at areas that I think have high liquidity or areas where I think the market's going to reject. That's not it at all. It's, hey, how am I going to get to what my final goal is? Which for all of us, I believe it's full-time trading. And if you're not focused on the little details, then they're going to end up swallowing your account and you're not going to have anything left. I mean, it's pretty blunt, it's pretty straightforward, but it's the reality, and that this really isn't a video game. I mean, it can seem like it can be fun like it, but it's really not.
Absolutely.
That was it. My bad. I went quiet there because I thought my internet died on me. But anyways, I'll end it there. Reality, if we got, or anybody in the chat, if we got anything, I've got Discord open.
Anything, guys? I think most everybody's in Discord, if you want my honest opinion, Landon.
What's that?
I think most everybody is in Discord, if you want my honest opinion.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Crown, I'll say yes. And he was saying that he needs to separate personal life from work. Yeah, I mean, again, it's important to have personal life and work separate, but don't feel like that, what's the best way to put it? Don't feel like that doing things outside of work, like, whatever your hobbies are, as a way to reward yourself doing well at work is a bad thing, right? I mean, if you want to get into the gym, it's the last thing I'll do, but if you want to get into the gym, it's really, really important that, you do small steps at a time. You're not just going 5 days a week, I'm going to the gym. But even smaller than that, you're just, once a week maybe. But then if you make it to that once a week, reward yourself with something enjoyable at the end of the week. It's the same thing with trading. If you follow your rules 5 days a week, right, for that entire trading week, at the end of it, maybe on Saturday or Sunday, say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to the beach, or I'm going to go ride in the mountains. I'm going to, something, whatever your hobby is. I'm just, kind of spitballing here, where, yes, that's personal life, but it's very important to make sure that you're rewarding yourself. Because if you're not, it's going to feel like you're doing this for nothing, right? If you do not reward yourself for doing a good job, it's going to feel like you're doing it for nothing until you make money. But I'm going to give you guys a little secret. For someone who's made some money trading, right, who's had a consistent income for a period of time trading, it's not that great. Until you, and I can't even say, quote unquote, until you make it full time, because I've never been there personally. But having some side income, it doesn't give you that full accomplishment feeling of trading, right? You don't feel like, oh, it's all over. You're still going to feel like you want to do more. You're going to want to get better. And if you don't reward yourself, all you're going to do is end up falling right back into your old habits of, well, maybe if I just rush it a little faster, I'll feel better. I mean, that's how the brain's wired, guys. They want to feel that success loop. And if you don't reward yourself in a positive way, it's going to do it in a negative way. So that's it. That's it for me. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this week. We'll be back next week, 1 o'clock, same as always. Reality, while I've got everybody here, I did go ahead and just send over the analysis paralysis YouTube video, shortened down. This one's quite a bit shorter than the other ones. I didn't really take away that much. It just happened to be like 5-6 minutes. So, we'll see how that one performs. If it does better, maybe I'll start looking at keeping them around that same time frame. So reality, whenever you can get that posted, that's great. So everybody's aware of it. And yeah, guys, thank you for joining me. I'll see you all next week.
All right, will do, Landon. I appreciate you as always, and very, very, very good as always. You already know.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one, everybody.
Hey, Lebonsky. Glad to see you, man. Great lesson, yes, as always. Very good lesson, guys. I appreciate all of you showing up. I will see you all bright and early tomorrow morning. And as always, guys, stay consistent out there.
Let it lift me from the